morning everyone. Welcome to my channel Knowledge Discovery. I am your facilitator Dr. Shivani Mehta, and today we are going to read about how can we animate our name in Scratch. So if I talk about animation, you can increase or decrease the size of the letter names, you can change the colors, you can flip them, you can rotate them. So today we learn how can we add animation to the different letters of our names. So quickly, without wasting time, we'll go to the interface of Scratch. In the first session, if you remember, I told you how to add sprite, how can you create backdrop, or how can you add a simple movement to the sprite. So today what we are doing is we are animating your name in sprite. So what you need is your name. So for that you will go to choose a sprite and look for letter sprite in the search column. So let's take, for example, 3 letters. The first letter is R. Then again looking for letter sprite. Let's take Ram. Okay, simple. R-A and M. So I have added 3 sprites to my interface. One is R, one is A, and one is M. Now I'll tell you how can you add animation to your name. So in order to do that, what you will do is, let's start adding animation to our first letter. So if you remember, what we'll do is we'll add an event. So my event is whenever letter R is clicked. So whenever this sprite is clicked, the sprite should make a sound, for example. So whenever R is clicked, what I want is, I want R to create a sound. So like meow, a cat sound. Let's see if it works. So we'll execute our program and so you have added the first animation, which is the sound animation to your letter. Now moving to the next letter, which is your letter A. Let's add a new animation to it. Again going to the event block, adding an event block which is when this sprite is clicked. Now what I want is, I want to change the color of this letter. So for example, in order to change the color, what I'll do is, I will go to your control options, and what I want is that my sprite should keep on changing colors for 10 seconds. So when this sprite is clicked, then change the color. But again, if it will keep on changing colors, we'll not be able to see if it happens continuously. So maybe it should wait for 1 second and then my sprite color should change. To change the color, since you are changing the look, so you go to the look option, and then from here what you can do is you can select an option which is change color. So I'll add it in this block, and I want the sprite to change the color effect by 25, for example. Executing the program. Now when I click on A, can you see the changes in color? So I've added a color animation to my name or to the letter of my name. Now moving to the third letter, which is M, let's try and add one more animation. For example, again a event block. When this sprite is clicked, what I want is, I want to repeat a statement which is, and it should wait also for 1 second. Let's increase the size of this letter. So if you want to increase the size of the letter, what you will do is change the size by 10. Now again executing the program and clicking on M. So if you see, as and when you are clicking on M, the size is increasing. If you want to, and it's happening continuously because you have clicked the sprites one. Now in case if you want to decrease the size, so let's make it -2, and now when the sprite is clicked, you can see the size is decreasing, right? So in this way you can add different kinds of animations to your name. Now let's do one more thing. Okay, so this is done. Maybe we can stop executing it and let's just reduce the size of this, or let's just delete this letter. And now what we'll do is, we'll make a simple program. We'll add one more sprite. Let me add the letter sprite again. Letter M. So my letter M is here. Now what I want is, I want to apply the color changing animation so that all of them change the color and the backdrop also changes. So let's apply this animation to letter M. Once the animation is done, then the backdrop should also change. So, okay, so it's making sound. So let's go to letter R first and change this sound if you want. Okay, alright, stop making sounds. So we'll go here and add an animation which is when this sprite is clicked, what should happen is it should switch to the costume, or what you can do is you can increase the size of it. So let's increase the size by 10 when this sprite is clicked. Instead of when this sprite is clicked, let's take a new event this time. Maybe when the flag is clicked. When the flag is clicked, then what I want is I want to change the color of my letter, and that effect should come by 25. Similarly for A, again I'm changing the color, and instead of, let me just put it back and take a new event which is when a flag is clicked. So when a flag is clicked, then it should change the color. And similarly for M as well, what we'll do is we'll add a code which is when the flag is clicked, then what should happen is my letter M color should keep on changing. So I will change the look and change the color. Now let's stop executing of this program. So it is reset, and now let's play the flag. So if you see, now the color of the letters is changing. Now only A and M are changing colors and not R, because we hadn't added repeat loop in the R one. So R remains the same, but since the flag is on, so A and M will continuously keep on changing colors. So in this way you can add animations to your name. Thank you. Stay tuned for the next tutorial. Bye bye.